Okay, hey guys, welcome to part 15 of the F1 Manager Minardi Manager Career mode, where we're trying to take Minardi to be the best team around, and hopefully, with only 3 races left till the end of the season, it'll be start of the new season, a new beginning for Minardi. But obviously, we've got to survive these next 3 races first. But it should be very interesting races. We've got the European Grand Prix now. You know, we don't get the European Grand Prix anymore. We normally just have one German Grand Prix a year, or one Grand Prix held in Germany a year. But yeah, we got the Nurburgring Grand Prix, the European Grand Prix, as the third to last race of the season, with just Malaysia and then Japan afterwards. But that is in 2 weeks' time, and the 25th of September is the 13th of September at the minute. So I'll see if there's any news between now and the practice session for Nurburgring. So I'll see you then. Okay, so hey guys, so we did get some news actually, and lots of it's just sponsor news, including Frezza and Rossi's are staying at Minardi, obviously, as we saw in the last episode. We renewed those contracts, and now we got MCI World. I just clicked on that because I thought it might be a typo. I thought it might be MCIWorld.com, but just MCIWorld.com apparently. But no, we have actually got some rumours, like, aside from sponsors. We got James Hawkins, who's rumored to go for Ferrari, and now I actually have looked at James Hawkins. I looked him up on the internet, and he is an employee of EA. So right there, what we're looking at, he's not an F1 driver, he is an EA employee, because I've looked through his history, and you'll be seeing on the screen now pictures I found of the internet. And just like Owain Green, who is our test driver, and someone actually commented saying that, oh yeah, he definitely is an EA employee, he's been credited in other games. So is James Hawkins, seemingly, because I've looked through the thing, he's been credited for lots of games, including this one, but loads of others, really. But yeah, so this EA employee might be going to Ferrari, which would be as a test driver position, obviously. You know, so they'll be going down a similar route like we've done. We've got an EA employee who is could be our test driver for next year, except we're not going to use him because, well, just EA. Just straight up just EA. And then Neil McEwen, same story here, really. He might be going to Ferrari's test driver, and similarly, he is also an EA employee, which, again, you'll be seeing on the screen the games he has worked on, and, well, he's an EA employee as well, so Ferrari seems to be doing some cost cuttings. I mean, we went for Owain Green only because he's cheap, but it seems weird why Ferrari are having low-key test drives, because at the minute their test drive is Nick Heidfeld. And the fact that they're cutting the several £100,000 that they're spending on him to get an EA employee is very interesting, to be honest. But I suppose it's an interesting Easter egg to us down these EA employees, but whatever. No confirmed news apart from just sponsor stuff, and then we've just got Gustav Brunner sending us emails that they've built some stuff. 2 of everything, which is good, you know, just one spare for each car, development of parts, and then commercial manager, nothing to report. So that's a week gone by. We've still got a week till the start of the Nurburgring Grand Prix, so I'll see if there's any news in between now and then, so I'll see you then. Okay, so hey guys, so we have got some news. Well, not a lot really, just Ixon sponsors backing Arrows. And then we just got the rumour of James Hawkins possibly going to Ferrari again. That's it. So nothing new there, or nothing particularly interesting. And that's it. That was literally the news in the 2 weeks. I think it's because lots of teams have already announced who they're going to be with next year, and we've announced everything on our team. So maybe it's just niggly little details like test drives that haven't been announced yet, I think. But as I always say, you can check down in the description to see which teams confirmed what, but I'm pretty certain most teams have confirmed most of their contracts, if not all of them. But anyway, yeah, we got the European Grand Prix around Nurburgring. It's an okay track. It's not one of my favourites to it, so I do prefer Hockenheim to Nurburgring, but Nurburgring's still a good track in its own right. And obviously it is right next to the legendary 12-mile, is it 12-mile? 12 or 11 mile circuit, the big Nurburgring, where they used to have F1 races, but obviously just safety, obviously you can't host a race there. It's take too long for the ambulances and medical cars to get down there. and that's why they host it here. And here's a lot more boring, but to be fair, it's a lot safer, and also it is still a good track with some high-speed sections, but it's also quite demanding on the cars, which is a bit worrying to have it demanding on the car, because I don't have a lot of faith in our Minardi, but hopefully we should be able to do good here, and hopefully we should be able to scrape a few points. So I'll see you for the practice support around Nurburgring. Okay, so the practice session around the European Grand Prix at Nurburgring has just ended, so let's take a look at the results. Mick has set the early pace to be fastest in this practice session in the McLaren, with Michael Schumacher, his main championship rival, lining up just behind in second. Häkkinen's teammate David Coulthard then lines up in third, with Schumacher's teammate lining up on the second row again, down in fourth. But worryingly for Irvine, he set a lap time more than 4 seconds slower than his teammate. Minardi then gets an impressive performance for Williams to be in 5th, and Damon Hill rounds off the top 6 to be in 6th. Ralf Schumacher is in 2nd and Rubens Barrichello's in 8th. Both Benetton's line up 9th and 10th, with Heinz Frentzen having a disappointing practice session to be in 11th. Johnny Herbert is in 12th, and both BARs of Jacques Villeneuve and Ricardo Zonta line up 13th and 14th. Jean Lacey is in 15th, Olivier Panis is in 16th, both Bernardis of Genet and Padova line up 17th and 18th. Jarno Trulli has a disappointing practice session in the Prost to be down in 19th. De La Rosa is in 20th, and impressively he's ahead of the Sauber of Pedro Diniz. And Takaki didn't set a lap this practice session because, as we feared, reports have confirmed that Arrows have run out of engines for the year, and as such, Takaki is going to take no further part in this season. Okay, so the qualifying session for the European Grand Prix around Nurburgring has just ended in 1999, so let's take a look at the results. In fact, if you look at the results, actually the top 4 remain exactly the same as they were in practice. Mika Häkkinen is in 1st in the McLaren, Michael Schumacher is 2nd in the Ferrari, David Coulthard leads the 2nd row in the McLaren, and Eddie Irvine is just behind the 2nd man at McLaren to be the 2nd man in the Ferrari in 4th. 5th is where it starts to change, with Michael Schumacher's brother Ralf Schumacher taking 5th, and Rubens Barrichello just sneaking into the points for Stewart. Johnny Herbert lines up in 7th with Giancarlo Fisicella in 8th. Heinz Frentzen and Damon Hill line up 9th and 10th to have pretty disappointing performances in the Jordan, with Jacques Villeneuve lining up just behind both Jordans in 11th. Zanardi's impressive practice performance didn't translate into a good qualifying performance to be down in 12th. Olivier Panis is in 13th, Alexander Wurz is in 14th, both Minardis are 15th and 16th, Pedro Diniz is in 17th, Jean Lacey is in 18th, Ricardo Zonta is 19th. Jarno Trulli again has a disappointing session to be way down in 20th in the Prost. The last person to set a lap time was Pedro De La Rosa in the Arrows, setting a lap time 19 seconds a lap slower than Häkkinen. And as a reminder, only 21 cars finished qualifying because Arrows no longer have any engines for Takaki, and as such Takaki has been forced to cut his season short. Okay, so hey guys, and here's the race strategy for the upcoming Nurburgring Grand Prix, and I think it's sad times really. Takaki. Oh dear, I know I was speaking about, you know, the polite way during my formal practice and qualifying report, but our Arrows can't even make enough engines to last the season. It's quite tragic, and I'm amazed De La Rosa's still running, to be honest. But Takaki not able to finish the race, not able to set a lap in practice or qualifying. I just feel really sorry for the guy, and bearing in mind how well he did in Monaco and in Imola actually. It's quite tragic actually, but what can you do? He's going to Williams next year, so I'm not going to play any sad music and do a tribute to Takaki because it doesn't matter, he's going to Williams next year, so all is good and well. But that's the race strategy. We're doing a 3-stop strategy because he says we might lose track position, and bearing in mind, that's not really something I want. I don't think he's quite understood the situation because we qualified quite well, and I don't really want to risk losing track position, but that's what Gustav Brunner recommends, and I'm just going to stick with it. So let's head on for the start of the race, and going into the TV view, and we should see Takaki's actually still in the field. And there's Olivier Panis, our main rival, on the left-hand side of the screen in the blue Prost. And okay, the lights are still red, but we're off anyway. Hang on, we're ahead of that Prost. We are ahead of the Prost. And we're going to get past a Jordan because this game is so... And we're ahead of a Stewart. We're ahead of absolutely everyone. Padoa. Oh, Padoa, you got past the Williams. Oh, you've never been so good. Takaki, this is an engine. Okay, the game's glitched out. He started massively upfield, but it doesn't matter because he's gonna... what's happened to him? To be fair, it did look like Hakkinen was ramming him, but that's an engine failure. I mean, I don't know why Takaki even goes on the field when, he's got an engine failure, but sad times for the Arrows driver, but what can I say? What can I say? And Della Rosa, oh, is this an engine failure for Della Rosa? Oh, this would be tragic if both Arrows have engine failures. Oh no, Della Rosa's out. And that means that is officially the end of Arrow's season. They are done. Don't tell me Ralf Schumacher is overtaking us. Or has he crashed us off? Because knowing Ralph, I wouldn't be surprised if he did crash us off. And I could just about see, yeah, he got past us. But no, that was the end of Arrow's season there. That second retirement marked the end of Arrow's season, and that was it. That is their season over with. Just right there, it crumbled in front of them. And yeah, Johnny Herbert getting past some people, but yeah, nah, it's a shame Arrows aren't able to do this race or the next two races, but what can you do? There's nothing they can do. But oh well. Should two doesn't mean that means if we outscore Arrows, it's impossible for us to go behind them in the championship. But that does rely heavily on us scoring some points, which we haven't done for, is it 10 races? Yeah, we haven't done since 10 races ago. Yeah, we've had 10 pointless races since then. Both literally and metaphorically, to be honest. But yeah, that means there's only 20 runners left in this race, with both Arrows out. It's just like Manor this season, actually. In the real-life 2015 season, except Manor didn't bother to go out on track anyway. Unlike in this game where Arrows go out on track regardless of the fact the car's got no reliability. No, in this game, no. Well, no, in real life, obviously, Manor just stayed in their garages, did nothing. But it's more interesting. I'd rather see him just go out on track and then just instantly crash or just instantly come in. It would be pointless, but... Oh well, and is this Padoa coming to complete this first lap? And he's in 12th. I have no idea how, but apparently he's in 12th. And he's ahead of a Jordan, which that won't be for long. Hopefully that's not Damon Hill. It will show Damon Hill up a bit. No, it's Heinz Frentzen. Where is Damon Hill? In 6th. That's what I'd like to see from our future driver. But yeah, both of engine failures. That is the end of our season. Done. Boom. Gone. But crucially, we're ahead of the Prost. And I'm surprised we're actually able to outpace the Prost this season. I say that, and Panis has just got past us, but the fact Prost haven't scored 8 points this season has been massively disappointing for them, and the fact we've been, on a couple of occasions only, but been faster than them. I mean, we're faster than Trulli right now. I mean, we seem to be faster than the BAR, except the BAR has just got past us, but, you know. What's this? Eddie Irvine's had a driver error. Oh no, Eddie Irvine, what is going on? He's not going to help the Constructors' Championship doing that. Especially when Michael's just dropped down to 4th. But what's this? God. So Johnny Herbert with bargeable failure, Coulthard and... Oh, not Damon Hill out of a driver error. That's not what I want to see. And we're still ahead of Trulli. Oh, what about Panis? Panis in 11th. That's not ideal, to be honest, but... You never know. I doubt he'll get into the points. He's, what is he, 5 places off? So hopefully he won't, but no, I don't see that many retirements happening. Actually, well, no, hang on. Yes! Prost has had an engine... Well, Olivier Panis as Prost has had an engine failure. That is going to do wonders for us, especially with Sean Lacey having a driver error. Oh, that means unless Jarno Trulli gets past both of the Minardis, they're not going to outscore us this race, and that means our 10th place in the Constructors' Championship is looking safe for the time being. What's that? Jacques Villeneuve has had a driver error. That's quite disappointing for the world champion, well, former world champion. Heinz Alfrentz has a suspension failure. We're getting close to the points, actually. Actually, I'm not going to count out us getting points, because we genuinely outpaced Deniz and Trulli. And what's that? Zanardi's had a bargeable failure. We're only 2 places off the points, so we just need 2 more retirements and people ahead of us, and we are in the points for only the 2nd time this season. But is it going to happen? I don't know. I never say never, but I don't know. Ralf Schumacher's in 3rd. How the hell has he done that? That's impressive from someone who I always mock. And no, Jarno Trulli's got past us. Oh no, that was only temporary, but that was good, because if Jarno Trulli gets past us, outscores us, then we're done for. And Marc Genet is in the points. Brunsbach, oh my god, we're in a double points finishing position here. What's that? Schumacher's had an engine failure. And so's Barrichello. Trulli's out with electronics. We're in a double points finishing position here. This is absolute miracle. This is an absolute miracle. Oh no, Genet. Genet's had a bargeable failure. Oh, just unsped time, but where's Dudot? I do not want a similar thing to happen. So Deniz is still running. He's in 6th. That's bloody good for him. Yeah, we're the only 2 left running. Everyone else has either finished all 67 laps or retired. That is impressive. That is. Oh, let's get these beautiful shots here of Dudot not leading the race, but technically of the remaining runners, he is leading because Deniz is behind us. And the fact we've outpaced the Sauber has been impressive. It's a shame actually that Genet had a bargeable failure there. I mean, I did fit brand new parts before the start of this race. So it's a bit of a shock that he had a bargeable failure, but look at this, Dudot 5th position. That means we're going to outscore Arrows. As you tell what that means, our 10th place in the Constructors' Championship, assuming Dudot finishes in 5th, is safe, because that means Arrows cannot outscore us. They haven't got engines, they can't even finish a race now. And even if Prost outscores, it doesn't matter. It does not matter anymore. So we've got nothing to worry about. And hang on, don't tell me Dudot is going to lap Deniz. This would be an absolute mick take. He is coming up to lap him, because yeah, Deniz is definitely behind us. This is taking the mick. This is, how on earth are we about to lap a Sauber? I mean, sure, Sauber's not a great car, but it's not that bad. I'm going to just speed up a bit, actually, because Dudot's still got a couple of laps to go. Right, now look. Are we? Don't tell me we've lapped Deniz. Okay, hang on. So, Dudot... No, we still haven't lapped Deniz, actually, but we'll stick with Dudot for this final lap, because I think this is the final lap, or maybe it's the 2nd to last lap. No, I think this is the final lap, and this is beautiful. This is us nearly lapping someone. This is us scoring points. This is us just... Oh, this does wonders. The last 2 races don't even matter. They genuinely do not matter. But we don't even have to turn up for them. Just don't even matter. Just stress-free Malaysian Grand Prix. Stress-free Japanese Grand Prix. And you see what that means? That means I'm just going to concentrate on the battle for first place in Constructors and Drivers. I'm not going to worry about our battle anymore. I'm going to look ahead. And, oh, don't tell me we nearly lapped Deniz then. Deniz, why are you going so slowly? Why on earth was Deniz going? No wonder we've nearly lapped him if he's going that slowly. And is this us coming to finish the Nurburgring Grand Prix? There we go. That was beautiful. 5th place in the Minardi. The only people who beat us was Häkkinen, Ralf Schumacher actually, surprisingly, both Benettons, and that's it. And you know, we could have rounded off the points positions, but Genet had a bargeable failure, and we did fit brand new parts before this, before the start of the race. But Genet finished one place behind Schumacher, and actually, since I said I'm not going to worry about our championship battle anymore, I'll worry about the people out in front. Häkkinen getting 10 points over Schumacher, but it's also McLaren getting 10 points over Ferrari. They should be firmly leading both championships by now, but that's brilliant. 5th place, Dudot. I was not expecting that. No way. That was... I'm speechless. absolutely speechless. The championship, the 10th place, which I need to avoid getting sacked, has been completed. McLaren win at Europe, I do not care. Let's get some race reports. I'll remember to replace those barge boards, I'll do it in a sec. But I don't even care about the tech race, because we're beating Prost and Arrows in the Constructors, I don't care. Race report, we got 600 grand from those 2 points, so that's improved our financial position more. And obviously with the hefty contracts we got to pay throughout the off season, so you know. So November we do a race then. So technically December, January, February, those 3 months we're in the clear because we've got 900 grand in prize money this season so far. And you never know. I mean, we seem to be going up in the world, outpacing Prost, nearly lapping Saubers, and there's no chance of Arrows scoring points anymore. So that's beautiful. That is exactly what I want to see. And 2 more races left. This is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So there's Dudot ahead of Takaki in the Drivers' Championship, and that's brilliant. We're ahead of both Prost drivers, ahead of Delos and Ricardo Zonza. Disappointing season, seeing his teammates score 5 points. And Hakkinen, this is the championship I'm focused on. Hakkinen is beating Schumacher. And you know, this could be an interesting battle. Hakkinen, even though it's looked like he might lose the championship at times, he might, just might, win the championship in 1999, just like he did in real life. And that'd be great. That'd be great for that'd be great to see. And what about Constructors? Yeah, McLaren. That means, hang on, have McLaren won the Constructors? They have actually. Yeah, they've won the Constructors because. Yep, they've won the Constructors. No, they haven't. No, I'm getting confused. Hang on. No, they haven't won the Constructors, but pretty much have. I mean, what's the maximum points they could get from a race? Well, Ferrari could. They could get. Assuming they come first and second in the next 2 races, and there's the other one getting second's a bit unlikely, to be fair. But they could get a max of 32 points. So McLaren, the championship isn't safe, but they're doing doing a very good job there. And that's Minardi down 9th. What manager rating? Yeah, that's boosted our manager rating. I thought that should. Of course it should. You know, Eddie Jordan's rated higher than us, but Craig Pollock of BAR, Rocco Benetton, Alan Prost, eat your heart out. We're rated better than him. And Tom Walkinshaw of ours, yeah, rightly so, right at the bottom, where you should be, mate, because he can't even have a team which has enough engines to last the season. That is just disappointing. It's worse than disappointing. It's atrocious, really. But there you go. We've got 19.6 million. We've made a ton of profit this year. 13.8 million. Thank you, Massimo Cusimano. We've only paid him 8 grand. We should give him a bonus, but too late. It doesn't matter. He's going. He's going to Williams next year anyway. He's joined Takaki. Oh, Cusimano and Takaki joining forces. That will be beautiful to see. But no, I'm just ecstatic. I haven't got over those 2 points. Drivers' Championship doesn't actually matter in F1 Manager. Constructors' Championship matters. There you go. We're only 1 point behind Sauber. We're only 2 behind BAR. That's interesting. We're only 2 behind BAR. Well, there you go. You never know. We could actually then climb up ahead of BAR, but I'm not going to get carried away. We've got our 10th in the Constructors, so my job position is safe from that. Should see what that means. That means I can guarantee now there will be a season 2 of this. I mean, obviously I was going to do a season 2 anyway, but it depended on whether I'll be fired or not. But now I know I'm definitely not going to be fired. There will definitely be a season 2 of this. I'm excited because we've got Mercedes engines, we've got Damon Hill, and we are going to do brilliantly next year. We're doing brilliantly at the minute. Oh, I just don't know what to say. It's been great. I'm ecstatic. Nearly got double points finished though. That is slightly annoying, but oh well. I'll leave you guys on that note. No, hang on. What do I know I always end to talk about the next race. Yeah, next race. Sepang, and as you can see, there's no lap record because it's the first year they held this Grand Prix. And should tell you what that means. That means that 100,000 spectators could possibly see Minardi set the fastest lap around Sepang. Actually, no, hang on. If I set the first lap in practice, technically, Minardi, we will hold the lap record around Sepang for a few minutes. I'm going to make sure I'm going to do it. I'm going to make sure Minardi break a record. I'm going to make sure that we are on that race record for a few minutes. I'm going to get on to doing that. But that's in the next part, around Malaysia. And I love the track, I think it's great. 100,000 people, we're going to set a record. We might score some points. I would love it if we do. And I'm still ecstatic from that race. But I'll see you guys next time around the brilliant Sepang circuit. This tragedy for Arrows has brought people out in all sorts of different ways. People have become confused by the whole thing. We've had harsh criticism and some home truths. We've had reminders of the good times and reminders of the bad times. We've also got reminders of what is soon to come for the plucky British team. We've got hope of a better future for Arrows. Oh wait, we had hope for a better future. We got people desperate to offer their help and support to Arrows. And for the team that did so well in Monaco and even scored points in Imola, this is highly disappointing.